Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming today. It's another day in Mayapur, a wonderful spiritual place, the center of the universe, the place and the leader of the planet as far as the spiritual consciousness is. So we're very fortunate. I'm very glad to be here with all of you. So we are reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter 26, Text 2. Jñānaṁ niḥśreyasa-arthāya puruṣasyātma-darśanam āhur varṇaye hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam jñānaṁ niḥśreyasā-arthāya 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 puruṣasyātma-darśanam āhur varṇaye hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam jñānaṁ niḥśreyasārthāya puruṣasyātma-darśanam āhur varṇaye hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam jñānaṁ niḥśreyasā-arthāya puruṣasya-darśanam āhur varṇaye hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam. Matajis. Jñānaṁ niḥśreyasā-arthāya puruṣasyātma-darśanam Yadāhu varṇaye tatte hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam niḥśreyasārthāya puruṣasyā-darśanam. Jñānaṁ, knowledge. niḥśreyasa-arthāya, for the ultimate perfection. Puruṣasya, of a man. ātma-darśanam, self-realization. Yat, which. āhuḥ, they say. varṇaye, I shall explain. Tat, that. Te, to you. hṛdayam, in the heart. Granthi, the knots. Bhedanam, cuts. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you, by which the knots of attachment to the material world are cut. Please repeat after me. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you, by which the knot of attachment to the material world are cut. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is said that by proper understanding of the pure self, or by self-realization, one can be free from material attachment. Knowledge leads one to attain the ultimate perfection of life and to see oneself as he is. The Śvetāśvatara Upaniṣad 3.8 also confirms this. Tameva viditvāti-mṛtyum eti. Simply by understanding one's spiritual position, or by seeing oneself as he is, one can be freed from material entanglement. In various ways, the seeing of oneself is described in the Vedic literatures, and it is confirmed in the Bhagavatam, puruṣasyātma-darśanam, that one has to see oneself and know what he is. As Kapiladeva explained to his mother, this seeing can be done by hearing from the proper authoritative source. Kapiladeva is the greatest authority because he is the personality of Godhead. And if someone accepts whatever is explained as it is without interpretation, then he can see himself. Lord Chaitanya explained to Sanatana Goswami the real constitutional position of the individual. He said directly that each and every individual soul is the eternal servitor of Krishna. Jivera swarupahoi Krishna ranityadas. Every individual soul is an eternal servitor. When one is fixed in the understanding that he is part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, and that his eternal position is to serve in association with the Supreme Lord, he becomes self-realized. This position of rightly understand oneself cuts the knots of material attraction, hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam. Due to false ego or false identification of oneself with the body and the material world, one is entrapped by Maya. But as soon as one understands that he is qualitatively the same substance as the Supreme Lord, because he belongs to the same category of spirit soul, and that his perpetual position is to serve, one attain ātma-darśanam, hṛdaya-granthi-bhedanam, self-realization. When one can cut the knot of attachment to the material world, his understanding is called knowledge. Ātma-darśanam means to see oneself by knowledge. Therefore, when one is free from the false ego by the cultivation of real knowledge, he sees himself, and that is the ultimate necessity of human life. The soul is thus isolated from the entanglement of the 24 categories of material nature. Pursuit of the systematic philosophy process called Sankhya is called knowledge and self-revelation. I read the translation again. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you, by which the knots of attachment to the material world are cut. Om jñāna-timirandasya jñānaṁ shalakaya chakshur tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vrstaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Passattade Satarine Vancha Kalpagarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhatta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a very beautiful pastimes of Devavudi, Cardama Muni and his son. And this explanation of this particular sloga is that by knowledge we can start to understand who we really are. So everything starts with knowledge. I remember when we first come into Krishna consciousness, we have so much idea in our head, mixed up idea, kind of khichdi. You know, khichdi is very tasty in Bengal. So many ideas. Okay, why I'm here, what am I doing, what are the stars, what's going on, what am I supposed to do, am I supposed to be indoctrinated in the school system, and then going to university, and then go and get a job, and then get a family, then they have kids, then become old, and then die, and then I lose everything. And then I was thinking, what? I'm crazy. Why am I doing all this? It doesn't make any sense. So it says that when the jiva comes to inquiring, he's an intelligent person. Atato Brahma Jigyasa, that's the first aphorism of Vedanta Sutra. Everything starts from there. Why I'm here, what am I doing, where am I going, what is the ultimate goal of life? I remember asking my grandfather, okay, Granddad, you have been to Second World War, you're a prisoner of war in Addis Ababa, you did so many things. Okay, what is going to happen after death? What's the story? What's the goal of life? Give me a slap in my head. He said, take one chocolate and go and enjoy life. I said, what? He said, you're very young. You're only 12 years old. Why are you asking such a question? Nobody knows what is going to happen after that. No one can tell you this. Just enjoy life. I was not very happy. I took the chocolate anyway. But, you know, these things remain in our head. In the night we see the sky and we think, okay, so many stars. Why God created those stars? Is there anybody living in the stars? According to science, no. The whole universe is empty. They're all in this planet happening. There is no life anywhere. And I said, doesn't make sense. Why the Lord create all the stars, all this planet, just for us to enjoy in the night and see beautiful stars? Doesn't make sense. And by observation, I could figure out there is something superior. Who is the designer of this material world? Forget about the universe. I didn't know anything about the universe, but just observations, thinking. It doesn't make sense. A big explosion created this universe. Who created the space? Who created the explosion? By some chemical composition, the scientists explain everything. Matter is created, cells are created, evolution. No. You need blind faith to believe in that, and I did not have enough blind faith to believe in that. And I was questioning everything. When you question everything, people don't like you. Especially you as a teacher. Okay, they give nice scientific explanation, then you say, sorry, sir, but this doesn't make sense to me. Am I crazy? He said, no, you're a child, you don't understand. I said, okay. Then I grew up, and still it was the same question. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I am crazy, because everybody else thinks in a certain way. I'm thinking differently. I must be crazy. Up to one point when we meet the devotees, I had the fortune of meeting the devotee in Kathmandu. There was a Sankirtan party from Mayapur. And I start to ask so many questions. And they have all the answers. And I was surprised. How this guy they have all the answers? What about the UFO? Yes, they're there. What about the other planets? Yes, there's life in all the planets. What about this? What about that? That all the answer. Then I say, okay, brother, where you got your answer from? He said, very simple. We have Bhagavad Gita as it is. You read this, you'll get all the answer. I said, really? I want to read that book. Then you understand, knowledge is powerful. Because by understanding the basic principle of life, I was a mechanic, so I like to understand how everything works. So by understanding how the universe works, how the element works, how time is influencing everybody, and then the explanation of the three modes of material nature, then you can start to clear the fog from your brain and understand, yes, there is a system which works for everybody. And then we can understand. But then the devotees say, Śvetāśvatara. So you have to purify your mind if you want to understand more. See, in Italy, when they bring the motorcycle for repair in a motorcycle shop, the first thing we do is cleaning the motorcycle nicely. We spray and clean it, everything. And then we can check what is wrong. Because as long as there is dust and there is, dirt on the engine and everywhere, you cannot understand. So it makes sense to me. Śvetāśvatara. Yeah, you have to purify your mind. Then you can understand. Then you can see who you are. So knowledge is the factor which can propound us to see ourselves as a spirit soul. Now the question comes, is everybody of us see ourselves as a spirit soul? Maybe yes, maybe not. A different degree of knowledge, different degree of realization, but it's a good beginning to start with this knowledge and purify our mind and our heart so we can come to the point to realize, yes, I am part of the same spiritual substance of the Lord. I am a part and parcel of Krishna. The same quality. Srila Prabhupada explained this example. If we take one glass of water from the ocean and we analyze it, it has the same quality of the whole ocean. Same chemical composition. The difference is in quantity. A glass of water or a drop of water is only a little bit. But the whole ocean is a different story. So Krishna is the source of everything. Is the cause of everything. Is purely spiritual. And to understand him is not so easy, but we can make an attempt to our realization. To realize that, starting with the point that, yes, okay, I am a spirit soul, I'm not this body. I've been through 8,400,000 different species of life. Now I'm this human form of life. And I'm not meant to live like an animal. What is the animal? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So we are polished animal. Not from Poland. Polish means clean, cleaner. So we are trying to do the same thing in a very polished way, or in a very sophisticated way. Eating, sleeping, nice bed, air conditioned, eating so many variety of food, so many restaurants, even in Mayapur. We have so much variety of prasadam we can enjoy, yeah? Then, mating, defending, this club, that club, Prabhupada say nightclub, whatever. And so, if we are doing the same thing the animal do, but in more sophisticated way, it doesn't make us better than the animal. Because the animal cannot inquire. A cat is afraid of the dog is afraid of the tiger, the small fish is afraid of the big fish. So everybody has some different dimension. And they live very nicely how material nature is organized, everything. One type of living entity is food for another living entity. Yes? We eat fruits and vegetables. The tiger eats deer or other animal. So everything is organized. We don't see the tiger coming to our garden and stealing the potatoes. We don't see in our garden that, the lion come and eat our cauliflower, for example. No, they don't. This is not their food. Jñānaṁ, one type of living entity, is food for another living entity. But sometimes when I observe the ants, for example, who's giving intelligence to the ants to figure out what they're supposed to eat? That means there is a superior knowledge inside the heart of all the living entities to make them feel this you're supposed to eat, this you're not supposed to eat. This you're supposed to do, this you're not supposed to do. So that intelligence is coming from the Supreme Lord Krishna. So having accepted that and purify our mind to a certain degree, then we can accept devotional service. If we are fortunate to meet the devotee, we can start the process of going back home, back to Godhead. This is a process. Srila Prabhupada says, ISKCON is an hospital. We're all sick to different degree. When we go to the hospital, we see so many people. Somebody has cough, somebody has cold, somebody has fever, somebody broke his leg, somebody has liver problem. But you go to the hospital and you try to become cured. The doctor will give you a prescription, don't eat this, don't eat that, drink this much water, take this medicine twice a day, and you will become all right. Correct? So we come to this moment, immediately we feel great happiness. Because by starting devotional service, all the sinful activity are removed, great pleasure is created, and we feel great empowerment, great blessing, great pleasure. As we continue devotional life, we start to notice so many things in ourselves and in others. And as we progress, we see that, yes, devotional service can be performed and start from anybody, from any platform. But we need to maintain purity. Purity is the force and knowledge is powerful for us to remain engaged in devotional service. So we have to always be sincere in our heart. We should not be mechanically doing everything, because after so many years you say, okay, I go and polish these things for the Lord, okay, I'm cooking for the deity, okay, I'm driving the van, okay, I'm writing computer. Whatever service we do and we offer to the Lord, what the Lord will accept? Our love. So everything we do should be imbued with the sense of love and devotion. We can cook. So many people cook. But what the Lord will accept? The way we do things. The way we imbue our service with love. So unless we are introspective and asking ourselves, am I doing this in this very moment? Whether I'm making the garland, I'm giving the class, I'm cleaning the floor, whatever service, do kirtan, am I doing this with a proper attitude? They say attitude is altitude. In management, they say, no? So what is our attitude? Our attitude is that Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishna Ranityadas, I am the servant of Krishna, and I'm trying to please you, my Lord, through this service. Can be a minute service, as sweeping the floor, or doing anything. We can do anything for Krishna. Krishna will recognize our service, our chanting. In the beginning we chant in a temple, so we are visible. Maybe we become old, we are not able to come to the temple, but we are chanting at home. But the mood is always the same. We have to develop that attitude, my Lord. Please engage me in your service. Please protect me. Please reveal to me this transcendental knowledge so that in the end of my life I can think of you and I can come back to you, the spiritual world. Unless we develop that humbleness, that introspection, the sincerity, the humbleness, the moment you start to think, I am the president, I am this, I am that, we start to recognize ourselves as something else. Yes, of course, if we are the president, we have to be responsible. If we are a responsible position, we have to be looking after the people as a steward, a stewardess. How can we help other people to perform devotional service? But to the degree we are identifying ourselves no longer with the body, but with the spirit soul, then we will become successful. Otherwise, we can fail. Anytime. Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur, and the devotees saw him praying to Radha Madhava. At the time, Radha Madhava was under the lotus building. There was only Radha Madhava, there was no Gopi. In the end, the devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, you see you're offering prayer. What are you praying? He said, I pray that I never fall down. And all the devotees are shocked. He said, Prabhupada, how can you fall down? You are an old man. You are a guru. You are acharya. You wrote so many books. How can you fall down? You cannot fall down. He said, no. Anyone can fall down any moment. We have to pray to the Lord that we don't fall down. So that is the attitude of the Acharya. We can see in all Bhaktivinoda Thakur's books, in all Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs, Narottam Das Thakur, they project themselves as fallen. That is their natural spirit of the Vaishnava. Because the moment we start to think, I am somebody, I am higher than this guy, I am taller than this guy, I am stronger than this guy, what do you think he is? I am better than you, I've been many years, and you are new. Whatever we think. Like Srila Prabhupada say in Bengal, there is Keno Upanishad. If you ask any devotee, Prabhuji, can you help us? We have to clean this place. He will say, Keno. Keno. Why you are asking me? Why? There's so many people. Why you are asking me? You should think, I am fortunate that you want to give me some service for pleasing Krishna, or there is cleaning, this, that. But they will say, no, why? Why me? That's not the right attitude, yeah? Of course, if we are busy doing some other service and they call us to do something special, we can say, I'm sorry, I wish I can do this, but I have to go and do this other service, which has been allotted to me. So also Krishna is playing in the Bhagavad Gita. Today I was reading this Raja Vidya Raja Goyam Pavitram Idamuttamam. This knowledge is the king of knowledge. And I was reading the Bhagavad Gita slogan that Prabhupada, there is 4-page purport, which explains many things. So this is the king of knowledge. We can acquire this knowledge, and we can very quickly make spiritual advancement. And no one can say when we're going to leave this body. Parikshit Maharaj has 7 days. He was lucky. We don't know. We have 7 minutes, 7 months, 7 years, 70 years. I don't know. When I look at my life, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I have another 15 Ratha Yatra to go. So, let me utilize this time properly. Focus in what am I doing to please Krishna, in whatever way. Whether it's preaching, whether it's cleaning, whether it's cooking, whatever, any service we can offer to the Lord. That will give me great satisfaction. Because the connection with the Lord is devotional service. It's not how many sloka we know, it's not how many scripture we know, you know how many lectures we can give, how ourselves are practicing Krishna consciousness very sincerely. And sometimes, I'm speaking for myself, we cannot see our own faults. I always think I stand here to be corrected. How many people are ready to take criticism? If somebody will come to you and say, Prabhuji, I see you doing this, it's not correct. Then we think, who is this guy? Why is he telling me this? We become defensive. So, we have to be ready to take the advice of the Vaishnava, because sometimes we cannot see our own self. For those who are married, being married for a long time, maybe the best is your wife or your husband to tell you what are we doing wrong. Yes? Because if we live in an ashram, okay, we do this, that, this, that, this, that. Sometimes brahmachari, they can help each other. But sometimes other people cannot see. But only those people who are very close to us, they can see. And are we ready to take their advice? Or you say, no, you're just my wife. Why? Your wife, she's a devotee also. She can see things. Oh, you're just my husband. Okay, husband can also see things. In that relationship, we can grow. Sometimes your children can tell you things. I learned so many things from my children. Sometimes grandchildren can also see things which we don't see. So we have to be ready and open mind, always to improve ourselves. Because that is the ultimate goal of life, how we can perfect and refine our character in the service of the Lord. That way we can please Krishna. Krishna is not happy with a lot of things. Krishna is simply happy by our heart. We are dedicating our love to the Lord. Nowadays we love so many things, but we have to redirect the love toward Krishna. If we love Krishna, we can do anything to please Him. And if we do that things with the proper attitude, Krishna will receive that message. And Krishna can correct us from inside the heart, from outside the heart. We are not perfect. There are so many imperfections, but we can try to see the best things, which is our engagement in devotional service on daily basis. It's not that, 10 years ago I did this, 2 years ago I did that, I distribute so many books, I collect so much money. No. Every single day we can connect with Krishna. Every single day, every single moment we can offer something to please Krishna. And that is called devotional service. Pure devotional service, unmotivated, uninterrupted, to satisfy the self. So if we find ourselves not satisfied enough, then we should question ourselves. What am I doing wrong? How can I improve myself? How can I offer to the Lord pure devotional service? Because maybe we come with a baggage from our previous life. So many desires, so many vasanas. We have a backpack. I want to become a big guy here. I want to become the leader. Whatever, I don't know. And sometimes Krishna gives us that position. But then we can fall down even from that position. So we have to be very careful. Because spiritual life like razor edge. Srila Prabhupada said. So if you deviate, you cut yourself. It doesn't matter what position we have, how many disciples, how much money, how much influence we have. Krishna will give one slap. Boom. Purnamasika bhav. Become a rat again. Prabhupada say, where you start from, you are a hippie, you'll become a hippie again. You were taking drug, you were taking drug again. You were a businessman, you become a businessman again. You were a rascal, you become a rascal again. Welcome to the material world. But if we maintain our humble attitude in serving Krishna, and sincerity, and we stand to be corrected by all the other devotees, then we can survive in this moment until the end of our life, and we can go back home, back to Godhead. And even if we don't become pure devotee, let's say we are 80% plus, then next life we maybe take birth in a family of devotee, we sent to the Gurukul and finish our life and go back home, back to God. See, the Gurukul boys are very fortunate. From the beginning of their life, they came in contact with devotional service. So, we are in a perfect boat. ISKCON. Prabhupada said, don't jump off. Many people try. I'm a good swimmer. I won the Olympic. I can swim. I can go to Himalaya. I can chant Hare Krishna. I can go to Vrindavan and Shyamakunda Radhakund. No. Without association with the devotee, it's impossible. So we may find so many faults in the organization. We may find so many problems. But we can try to help and solve those problems by becoming ourselves purer, by praying for all the devotees, and by learning not to become puffed up, not to lose our temper, not to lose our faith. The basis of devotional service is all faith. You believe in what the scriptures say. You believe what the devotee tell you. The faith, Shraddha, is there. And until we reach prema, We cannot become free from our vasanas, our imperfection. So, it's a long way, it's a long shot, but we are in the right place at the right time. Plus, we are in Mayapur, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. By sleeping here 3 nights, it's like you're doing parikram to all the places, the whole universe. By chanting Hare Krishna 1 time is multiplied by 100 million times. We should take advantage of this place. And we should perform devotional service. We are very fortunate. I'm traveling around the world with His Holiness Bhanu Swami as his servant and assistant. We go some temple, there's only 3 devotees. We go some temple, there's 15 devotees. There are not so many devotees in the world. So devotees are very dear to the Lord. If we can keep the company of the devotees, what will keep us in Krishna consciousness. So, having said that, I will stop here and I will ask for any question, because by 9 o'clock we have to finish this class and we have about 15 minutes. If you have any question, if you have any doubt, if you have any complaint, if you have any advice, I am ready to listen to you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very much deep and very much satisfying class. So, Prabhuji, you were emphasizing much about doing every service, means moment to moment for the pleasure of Krishna. That's the pure devotional service. So, not sometimes, always for myself I will say, because I will always in 3 modes. So, how to always think about, it's for the pleasure of the Lord. It's become difficult because we try but we forget. Because we forget Krishna, then we forget His pleasure also. We start thinking that this is for our own pleasure. So, how could you please reflect from your own life that how you do it, so that it will be very beneficially for all of us. Yes.
I am not free from the 3 modes of material nature to start with, but at times I am also influenced. Everybody. No one is free from the 3 modes of material nature. No one can say, I did it, I made it. No one. I don't think we find any devotee who claim to be above the mode of material nature. But the fact that we remain engaged in devotional service, then Krishna will help us to at least come to the mood of goodness and to be in a transcendental mode. We can see the devotees who are transcendentally situated, we see that they are constantly thinking about time management. If we take one paper, A4, and we write from the morning to night what we're doing, we see there's so many gaps. How to fill those gaps with Krishna consciousness? Can be by chanting, can be by reading, can be by serving, can be by seeing some spot which need to be clean and we're going clean. We don't need authorization from anybody. We can do something. Because what is keeping us connected, our heart connected with the Lord, is devotional service. So, we don't become afraid of being influenced by the mode of material nature. We only pray to the Lord, please protect me from offending other devotees. Because if we offend the devotee, we lose the taste. You know, the taste, prasadam taste we have, that we cannot lose. But we lose the taste for devotional service. So, my personal advice is to see how we can be 24-hour engaged in devotional service, some form or another. Because we have time, then we can end up scrolling our telephone. Telephone is so nice. We can read also Srimad Bhagavatam. We can see also YouTube lecture from different devotees. Or we can also use it in Maya. I like motorcycle. Let me see this guy jumping 50 feet with a motorcycle. Wow. So, everything can be utilized in the service of the Lord. So, it depends from our desire. Now, Srila Prabhupada say also, Krishna consciousness, susukam kartum avyavyam, is very joyfully performed. That means, We can enjoy prasadam, we can enjoy swimming in the Ganges, we can enjoy doing whatever we enjoy doing for the pleasure of the Lord. It's not necessary we have to beat ourselves and say, oh, poor me, you know. In some religion, they whip themselves, mea culpa, mea culpa, mea culpa, I'm a sinful guy, and beat themselves until the blood comes out. No need to do that, right? We just engage ourselves. And we eventually, in time, we can transcend the modes of material nature. But at time we can find ourselves, you know, the modes are coming up. Sometimes I feel, I'll give one slap to this guy in the face, because the mood of passion, you know, you see something wrong, you see somebody doing something wrong, you want to immediately react, but disconnect, like think, shall I do this or not? Maybe better not to do it. There are repercussions. So, better always to check ourselves. And if you are brahmachari, you live in a brahmachari ashram, you make a club, or say you make a sangha, or devotee, who will help you. Prabhuji, you check me. Maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm sleeping too much, maybe I'm reading too much, maybe I'm finding so many faults in everything. Please try to correct me. We are in a safe boat when we are in association with devotee. It's not physical, just association, because in Mayapur there are 10,000 devotees, but you can end up being alone, because you don't connect with anybody. It's all superficial. Haribol Prabhu, how are you doing? Haribol, I'm doing fine. Great, thank you. Haribol. Or you can go deep in relationship. I'm not saying you can have relationship with 10,000 devotees. It's impossible. We can respect all the devotees, but with few devotees, you can have intimate, deep relationship. Especially if you notice some brahmachari in your ashram who is more dedicated, more advanced, senior to you, then Prabhuji, teach me how to become like you. And a leader will want to see that you become better than him. That is a real leader. Not somebody who minimizes, oh, you're nothing. No. A leader, a devotee will want to see that you are advancing fast. So he will give you all the right vision and connection. You know, this is like fine-tuning. You know, engine has a carburetor, and there is air inside, and there is petrol. And if too much air goes, or too much petrol goes, the engine doesn't work properly. You go brr, 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 spot. I'm sorry, I'm a mechanic, I'll give you mechanic advice. Or cooking is the same. You think, put more ghee, and everything is floating in ghee, then your liver will pop up in a few months. So it's not necessary more makes it better. You just have to fine-tune. It's like eating, you know, you can eat so much and then go to sleep because you feel tired. Or you can eat enough and be enough, you know, it's enough to propel you to do service. Or you can eat less and feel weak. Oh, I don't have energy. So each one of us has to figure out his own balance. What works for you maybe not work for me. What works for me doesn't work for you. So each one, Krishna is in our heart. And we can ask Krishna, okay, shall I eat this much pasta? Or shall I eat this much rice? Or maybe I can eat a little less so that I don't feel sleepy. I don't know. Everybody has his own, you know, calibration or fine-tuning. So this is part of our life. We have a body. This body has necessity. We try to minimize the necessity. We see the Lord Chaitanya traveling in a forest. You know, when he was traveling in South India, he ate. Sometimes he ate one chapati, sometimes he ate some buttermilk. Whatever he was getting, he did not complain. His servants say, I'm hungry. Oh, okay, we'll find some fruit somewhere, we'll eat, don't worry. So everybody has to find his own balance. By finding the balance, we can fine-tune our service and we can improve always. Does this answer your question? Yes, Prabhu. Give the microphone to Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your nice class. So you told about faith.
About?
Faith.
Faith.
Shraddha.
Faith, you said?
Faith. Shraddha.
Shraddha, yes, faith.
So I saw one picture
Yes.
in one Indian temple. So many visitors gathered one place, and they are drinking charnamrita from outside, and after they know there is not charnamrita, there is a AC machine's pipe drop
Leaking from the AC.
So please tell me about blind faith.
About?
Blind faith.
Blind faith.
Blind faith.
Yeah, blind faith. Blind faith is something dangerous, you know. As I say, we should question everything, you know, because there is no harm in questioning. If somebody say, look, Prabhu, this is pipe, Charnamrita is coming, you say, are you sure? This is air conditioning, it's not Charnamrita. Why you want to drink the water from the air conditioner? So that doesn't make sense. So blind faith is dangerous in all organization, in all society, you know. Blind faith means we have no intelligence to discriminate what is right and what is wrong, what is real, what is fake, what is higher, what is lower. So we should not have blind faith. In the sloga of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained in this Rajavidya Rajaguyam Pavitram Edamuttamam. Bhagavan, he says, Bhagavan Dharmyam. So he says, I give perception of the self. Yeah? Krishna give us perception of the truth. So we are not blind followers. If somebody tells you something, then you can question. Whether it's a guru, siksha, diksha, whether it's senior devotee, whether it's the authority of the temple, somebody can say, hey, jump from the window. And why shall I jump? Is there a cushion down there? Catch me? Or I'm going to die. You know, they found some society in Switzerland. The leader said that there is some, you know, astronomical position of the star. He had so many hundreds of followers. They believe him. And he say, if we all die in this moment, we all go back to the whatever, I don't know. Spiritual world, no, they didn't know the spiritual heaven. They said, we'll all go to heaven. So they all drank poison and they killed themselves. That is blind faith. So we are not, devotees are not having blind faith. I don't believe that we should have blind faith. Because the old Srimad Bhagavatam explained to us everything. The Bhagavad Gita explained to us everything. The scriptures explain to us everything, how it works. Somebody say, why don't we read just the 10 cantos, the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis? There are 11 cantos before to make us understand who is Krishna, what is the material world, how does it work. That knowledge is very important for us. So we can choose devotional service. We can choose to please Krishna. So faith must be there. Faith is always there. When we buy the train ticket, they give us one piece of, in India, one piece of board or one piece of paper. How do I know? Or you buy a ticket now, a ticket, airline ticket, it comes in your phone. Okay, how do I know when I go there that, you know, I will be able to go inside the plane and fly to this place? How do I know the pilot is a real pilot? How do I know they put the fuel? How do I know they check the air on the wheel? I don't know anything. We have faith that the airline will check all those things. If we go there and say, sorry sir, did you check the air in your... They'll think you're cuckoo. Who is the pilot? How many hour fly he has? And they say, what's your problem? Just go and sit in your seat. We'll take you to destination, Bombay, whatever it is, New York. So faith is there, but now it's misdirected into material energy. we have faith that the scientists will one day reach immortal life. Like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they want to become immortal. This demon, they say the same thing. They say, we are cryogenic. We'll put you inside a freezer. You become one block of ice. And then after 100 years, when we discover the medicine, we will melt you and you will come back to life. That's blind faith. It's not possible. We are the soul. When the soul leaves the body, we are dead. Am I correct? So please, don't have blind faith. Does this answer your question? Hare Krishna. Any other question? Yes, Prabhuji? Can you give them Purushottama month? It's a special month. You want to know about Purushottama month? Yeah, this is an extra month which happens every so many years because according to the lunar calendar, we have one extra month. So this is a very special month for us to perform devotional service. This again will give benefit to the devotees. By in this month, whatever austerity we do, whatever extra chanting we do, whatever extra service we do, this will please Krishna. So let's engage in devotional service as much as we can, and that will give us great results. Does this answer your question? I'll give you a short version, but if you are interested in knowing more, there is so many Vedic explanation about this. I think we reached the time, 9:05. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.